Ian Cameron, chairperson of Parliament's Portfolio Committee on Police, has called for urgent independent investigation into serious bullying allegations within the South African police services. Following the reported suicide of a senior police officer, Cameron said, "It is alarming that there are reported 77 allegations against the Sunnyside Station commander, yet no meaningful action appears to have been taken despite what he described as a pattern of abusive behavior." He stressed that, while SAPS functions within a command and control structure where rank and discipline are important, those systems must never be used to execute intimidation or bullying. According to Cameron, seniority and abusive conduct cannot coexist in a professional police service. He also said allegations of workplace bullying seems to be widespread in SAPS, with many officers reportedly approaching committee members to complain about mistreatment by senior officials. Cameron described such a culture as unacceptable and inconsistent with the values of democratic society. He extended the condolences to the family of the late lieutenant colonel, and said the committee would continue pushing for reforms to improve workplace culture within SAPS. Bullying is not acceptable. Hearing such news within the South African Police Service is heartbreaking that a police officer will commit suicide just because of bullying in the workplace. There are so many abuses, and especially the abuse of power in the police service that junior members are experiencing. I'll attach a videos where a junior member will explain what usually happens when the senior member in the police service uses their rank sometimes in a bad way.
I've been in the SAPS, I've been an investigator. I've seen a situation whereby I crack a case. When I'm just, they do a first appearance. After the first appearance, the case docket doesn't come back to you. You hear that it might be a district or it might be a province. You can never even go and question anyone. And that's a challenge for me to say, organized crime, if you understand it, these people have money. These people are tendering. These people have about 500 million in their balances. They can easily buy anyone else. And we need to find a situation whereby if a case docket, let's say it's handled by PIU in Gauteng, Provincial Investigation Unit in Gauteng, let it be handled until conclusion. Not the fact that, okay, this one's in Gauteng are working, or this one's in KZN are working. Take it to somewhere national, and then this colonel or brigadier cannot question national, and from there you'll never hear from that case.
Clearly, ethics are missing.
And now the problem is the risk. You must know that when I come and face you, Advocate Egush, I'm also making you my enemy. It's not just about me investigating the case. I've now created enmity. Today there was a case, a bail application case. We were all on our toes to say we hope it will be denied. If it was to be granted, I'm telling you, today you'll be hearing a lot of cases, a hit.
Right.
Now,
so now Tabang, sorry to interrupt you. Are you saying then within the SAPS there isn't men and women who are accountable in terms of inspecting dockets? There is no one who these issues can be reported to within the SAPS who would objectively say, we've got SOPs, why are we not following the standard operating procedures in terms of docket management? When there's docket inspections, what happens?
Good question, Dorothy. It's a matter of rank. Let's say inspectorate, the department, the division is inspectorate. At each province is there. But you find that inspectorate at each province is a colonel. The dockets are required by a general. Now, you cannot find a colonel defying or questioning a general in military or paramilitary, which is the SAPS. Now, that's the problem I'm saying.
The cases, they get struck off the roll. The cases disappear. When are we going to sort that out? We've been saying it for 3 years. Mkhwanazi is right. And the president must act, must clean everything the road. Why cases? I even said to you guys, why do cases disappear? I said that. I can form the best unit. We can do everything we have. Even in the IGR with the premier, I said, we're going to do all this work, but the criminals, we arrest them, and the cases disappear. Prosecutors, they must come and account. What happened to the cases? I can tell, go and ask people from the thing is going to Eldos, Westbury, everywhere. And also, even you can the CIC, the Commander-in-Chief, Julius Malem, says that cases are getting, that's why there's too much gangster, it will never end in Cape Town. Because those gangsters have connections within the police force, the investigators, it goes all the way into the courts. And you guys have never followed up. And I'm like, we were telling you these things. Okay, go to Eldos there and check how many drug dealers have been arrested. You will find that even anyway, those investigations are not being done by the local police station anymore. It's been done by the province because they don't go anywhere. But you guys, you don't follow up. There is a serious crisis, I can tell you right now. Mkonas is correct. Serious crisis. And what is painful is that people are dying. The drug dealers are known in Eldos. Drug dealers in West Bay are being unknown. Millions, they are known. You want to go there with all these helicopters and launch for nonsense. Not going to work. That's why I did my thing. I did my assessment. I went to Operation Vaporize. The backlash we got there. IPED wanted to charge TRU. How can you have wanted to charge TRU? But now we went in there, we beat up people and all of that. Luckily we had what? Videos on Operation Vaporize. You can ask them, ask the TRU. They came to MMC. IPED wants to charge us for the Operation Vaporize. Manyam, go and ask him. The formation of this unit, you see, it's like every time you want to form a drug elite unit or a TRU unit, you get a backlash. We fought it here internally. Yeah, in JMPD we said, no, TRU is not going anywhere.
What is your reaction to this?
Well, let me just start by saying there's absolutely no denying that there is corruption by members within the ranks of the SAPS. Just recently, you would have seen we've arrested 7 members in Gauteng province after they allegedly tried to sell back counterfeit goods which were confiscated during a raid which the minister, the premier, the MEC and the provincial commissioner were involved in. Following that, a police officer lost his life when trying to arrest him. He was run over by a truck. He was trying to sell a docket in Lenasia South. So yes, there's no denying that there is corruption.
The Madlanga Commission of Inquiry to probe allegations made by suspended Provincial Commissioner of Mpumalanga Lieutenant General Manamila concerning Hillary Gardee's murder case. Let me give you a background to the story. Hillary went missing. Then on the 3rd of May 2022 she was found dead. This is what her father Hillary Gardee wrote on Twitter. It was May 3, 2022. My brother called and said, "Abort the search and rescue mission, I am here." I drove 50 kilometers with the rescue and hopeful. Her body, pale and still, had been found by timber plantation workers who saw her from the top of their morning truck on their way to work. Few weeks ago, the suspended Provincial Commissioner of Mpumalanga, Lieutenant General Manamila, held a media briefing where she made serious allegations against senior members of the police services including General Fanny Masemola. She even spoke about the murder of the EFF deputy president's daughter and alleged that the police did some cover-up there for the case not to be successfully, which led to charges being withdrawn. That led to the deputy president of the EFF to write to the commission, Madlanga Commission of Inquiry, seeking their assistance, and went to the police station to open the case against those members that were mentioned by the Lieutenant General.
The interfering and interference with investigations. On April 2022, a young girl, Hillary Gardee, was shot and killed as per Nelspruit case 71/5/2022. 3 suspects were arrested at the time. One of the suspected person, Mr. Rasinkuna, was at large. It was during the investigation and tracing when Mr. Rasi was allegedly communicating with the District Commissioner of Ehlanzeni, Major General Dora Kaba. Major General Dora Kaba was assisting the suspect to hide, not to be arrested, and informing that he, Rasi, must not communicate with police officers or anyone as she is the investigating officer of which she was lying. She was quite aware at the time that Mr. Rasinkun was a wanted suspect, but she let him run. The investigating officer was and is still Captain Mokalipi, the branch commander of Nelspruit. Mr. Rasinkuna was later arrested in KwaThema for other 2 murder cases after he fatally shot the police official and her sister. Mr. Rasinkune confessed that he was the one fatally shot the Gardee girl and prepared to show where the firearm was hidden in Kwanyamazane. But Major General Mugango and Colonel Manupe were not happy with that confession. It was Mugango who arranged that the blood be taken for DNA in Pretoria and sent Constable Zita to transport the blood in Pretoria. The question is, why did the blood had to go via Emelo to Pretoria, and eventually the blood is suspected to have been tampered with? As I inquired and demanded progress from the former Major General Botsotso Mugangwe, he was not eager anymore to ensure the success of this matter, as he continuously forcing that the docket be closed as there was no case. Docket management and manipulation. During October 2020, Mr. Robert Kaya Sokhone, the former...
This is the letter written by the Commission writing it to Lieutenant General Manamila. It reads as follows. Dated 30 April 2026. Dear Sir or Madam, the Commission of Inquiry into Criminality, Political Interference and Corruption in the Criminal Justice System. Request for the summoning of witnesses in respect of all allegations of interference by the Mpumalanga SAPS in the investigation of murder of Hillary Gardee. Nelspruit Case 71/05/2022. We refer to the above matter and your correspondence of April 20, 2026. The Judicial Commission of Inquiry into Criminality, Political Interference and Corruption in the Criminal Justice System, commonly known as Madlanga Commission, has written to Lieutenant General Simakaleng Daphne Manamila requesting that she provide the Commission with details on affidavit and evidence in support of any allegations that she makes in relation to matter falling within the terms of reference of the Commission. The Commission will revert to yourselves once we have heard from Lieutenant General Manamila, trusting that you will find the above to be in good order. Yours faithfully,